So welcome back to the series Creating a Web Component. Now today I'm going to create the class TextExpander, which will contain the logic of animating the text and communicating with the web component. So let's not waste any further time and start coding the TextExpander class. So I'll create a class just before custom elements. So it's TextExpander and it will have a constructor uh, which will uh, which will uh, which will capture a variable called text in this method call. Like we'll have a variable called text for the text expander, which it will receive through the constructor from the web component, and say we'll clone this text for something called n. Let n be 5. We can further configure it through the web component, but let's hard code it for now. So it will have two methods. It will have three methods in fact. One is context, one is drop and it takes context of the canvas. Another is the another is update method, which will also have a callback similar to state, and start update method, start updating method in fact, start updating start cb. It will have a same start cb method as the state. Now if you remember, we had some logic to draw text in the web component. So I'm going to copy this out. Okay, I'm going to copy this out. And in fact, cut this out. Mr. C and paste it over here. So before pasting, let's create a loop, a for loop to draw the clones of this text. I say I less than this dot n and I plus plus. Now let's paste the code, and now have some proper space before it, and let's use save and let's use save and restore. So save and restore is used to translate, rotate, or do any kind of transformation in the canvas. So basically whatever we do before state save, it will return to that state when we call restore in the context method. So to understand this, let me give you a proper example. Suppose the state of the canvas is S1 before we call save, and we do some transformation, it changes to S2. So when we call restore after S2, it will return the state to S1. Okay, so this is to for you guys for this is to so like explain this concept of save and restore to anyone, because I think it's the simplest way to understand how to explain. And now I'm just going to translate to a particular position. So instead of using these things in the x and y coordinates, I am going to it's better to have all of this above the for loop method because it is common for all. Now having let's have it before save and save method. Okay. So having this before save method, I can have this instead of x and y coordinate. I can have this all these things in translate and have 0 and 0 here. So I won't have 0 for y. I'll have something else, and I will just go to that thing after some time, and I have this in translate. Now I have to scale, rotate and scale this thing. So I will say I will rotate it for 360 degrees, or 2 times of mat.py in equivalent form, not yeah, in radians, sorry, and I will multiply with it a certain value of scale. So let me also define the state, create a state object here using new state by doing new of state, creating a new object of the state class. And now I want to pass, I want to multiply this angle with a certain value of scale, a certain element of scales array of the state class. If you remember state class, here it is. It had uh, two elements in the scales array, and I'm going to use the first element and multiply it with the angle with which the text will rotate. So I will take 0th index and also use that 0th index to scale it. Instead of using, let's have a variable called constant scale and constant as a constant variable called scale, and use is in it. Okay, and let's have global alpha as also the same thing. I want to fade it up a little bit. Now this is okay, but I want to change the yth for each clone. So I will say uh, I minus mat dot flow of this dot n by 2 cross size by 2. So I want some gap within the clones. So I want to do something like this. Constant y gap is equal to, like, y gap will indicate the yth position of each clone of the text. So I want to have some equal gap there. So I will use something like this. You will do something like this. So I'm not sure if this will work in the first attempt, but I'll try. Okay. So what I did was I want the first element a little bit upper of the first two elements a little bit upper to the middle of that to the middle of the screen, and the last two somewhere down, somewhere to somewhere to the bottom of the screen. So I use this logic, and let's see if it really works. I'm not sure about this, but I think this is a good logic, and I will update the state object. So I want to complete it before 12 o'clock. So my current time is 11:46. I want to complete it by 12 o'clock and upload this to YouTube. If we are watching this, this is already uploaded. So fine. I'm going to update the state variable. I also want to start updating that state variable whenever there's such an event. Now I'm going to add this text expander to get I'm adding text expander by using get add and get commit. Now I'm going to use this text expander in my web component. So and I'm going to create a text expander object, and I'm going to pass the text variable to it, and also I'm going to create an animator class object, and it won't take any variable, it won't take any parameter in the constructor. And now I'm going to use this text expander to draw it here. And I'm going to start updating the text expander, but to do that I need a certain event. So I've chosen the mouse event on the text expander on the on the web component. So the component we are considering now is the image tag, and we are just going to attach a mouse handler on mouse down. I'll start my arrow function here, and I'll just say if, not if, I will if there is you have tapped the mouse, then we are going to start updating the text expander. So look at the way I'm going to write this code. So I'm going to start my text expander, the start updating my text and callback. So I'm going to pass a callback. So in this callback will be called when it has started the text expander, like it has changed the value of the disturb there. We need to do something when after starting the text expander it is not going to animate. So we are going to start the animation, and the start method, animator start method, also has a update cb callback. So we are going to pass some update cb callback. So we are starting the loop, and inside the loop we have to do certain thing. What is the certain thing? Is to update the text expander, and updated this text expander. Now this update text stop cb method, which it will call when the text expander has finished updating. So I'm going to stop the animation when I stopped updating. When the text expander is stopped updating, I'm going to stop the animation. And also we have to call the render method of the web component so that it will render something on the image tag. I'm going to add this logic in GitHub. Adding animator and text expand. And web component or text expander animator component. So now I'm going to test this, which I'm sure I've done a certain. I must have. There must be a small bug in my code. Yeah, let's check. There may be a small bug in my code. It's not a function. There's always a. So I think state. Yeah. So I've been a bit confused. I was a bit confused with the naming. So I think state, this is not state or start updating. Start updating we have in text expander, but in state class we must be having start update method. So let's copy this here. I think start updating is a better name. Okay, doesn't hello world. Okay, so there is a small issue. So it is not, the animation is not sequential. That's the biggest issue, because it is not sequential for, due to a single reason, because there this here we have, we don't have a single, we don't have a way to uh, this to update this um, y yth value of each clone. So I'm just going to pass this dot state scales one. I'm going to have this first second element of the scales array. Somewhat better, but there may be a slight small issue somewhere which I'm not able to catch. So I think another thing is this will be minus tw will be inside the for loop. Okay, running out of time. Okay, so I plus plus is so. Let me cancel this y gap also. Yeah, this is much better. The thing we want, but I'm not sure why it is going. Everything is going to top. Maybe it is not taking the value of y gap. Should have 44 values. Just give me 44 values. I have to check here. Okay, I got the issue. I'm going to change the issue. So here, so I'm going to pass an extra param here. A very silly mistake which I did here. Whatever that looks quite solid. So I haven't and taken the. I'm not handling resizing of the window, else it will be completely responsive thing. Look, it looks quite awesome. So I'm just going to add this to my GitHub thing. My Git, I can get added, and yeah, get added and get committed. Adding some fixes. So this will be available in my GitHub repo, which I'm going to create the I'm going to create the repo now. Okay. So here's how you create a Git repo. Just click in this plus sign and say TextExpander component. I'm not having any description now. So I'm going to I got a URL here. I'm just going to take this URL and say, so this is a very good way to for you to learn GitHub also, like Git tools also, Git client. I am to say Git remote. So remote is a thing where we want to push or pull anything. So Git remote, we are adding a new remote, and I have named it Anvesh. You can name it Origin also, Origin or your name. I added this remote, and I'm going to say whatever. Let's see what you have in this in our code base. We have no new commits. We have going to say git push Anvesh master. So we are pushing the code. It's 11:59. I wanted to end this by 12 o'clock. And tada! 7 commits. And these are the 2 files where you find most of the code. So, so this is the code. So I think I may not have explained some concept properly. So in the next video, what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to explain some concept. I'm going to summarize what I've done and explain it thoroughly. So before that, thanks for patiently listening to this video, and sorry, not listening, watching this video, and I'll come back with a next with another video. Till then, thanks and have a nice day or evening, anything. Thanks.